What the hell? Where am I? Alright, this isn't funny anymore. Let me the f*** out of here!
Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
We ain't doing this Skyrim shit, bro. Show yourself and state your business. Ah, a frog. So,
Stop talking.
no, go croak yourself, bro. Hop on out of here and, go ribbit somewhere else.
Look, I'll get straight to my point. You recently reviewed the game ChoroQHG3, aka Gadget Races, for the PS2.
Yeah, if this is about the emulation thing, I can explain.
I don't give a damn about you emulating some chibi-ass car game, Mr. Surf. You neglected to talk about the best thing in that game.
The best thing in the game? Do you mean the Disco King cave song? That was a bop and a half.
No! Let's jog your memory.
A TV?
We're going to watch this episode from start to finish, and we'll come back at the end to see if you remember the glaring issue with this episode.
Wait, isn't this episode being filmed right now?
Shut up! It's time to game on, fellas.
Yes. Welcome back to another episode of Watersurf's Gaming Hour. This is the 14th episode in the series, and we're doing something crazy with this episode. Normally I would say that this is the series or the show where I look at games I own physically and or digitally, but this game is a special case.
Yarg!
Yeah, more or less. Gadget Racers, aka ChoroQHG3, never released here in North America, so I had to emulate the European version of this game. It was originally slated to release under the name Road Trip Adventure Avenue, but alas, it never came to the US for unknown reasons. Weird, huh?
Hey, how come you never wanted to come to North America? Huh. Guess this question will never be answered.
Yup. Anyway, this game is the sequel to Road Trip Adventure for the PS2. If you watched the pilot episode of the series, you'd probably figure that the sequel to this game would be more adventure. Well, you're both right and wrong. While this game is more of the same adventure from before, it's also very limited in what you can adventure to. I am getting ahead of myself though. I want to talk about the overall gameplay itself.
I get some of you are new to the series and might not even know about the whole ChoroQ series. So just to make a long story short, chibi-ass car go vroom. Oh no, not again.
Hey, it's me, Kevin. Look what I can do. Oh, I'm not taking off. That's awkward.
Well, that's new.
Yeah, the new gimmick is that you get gadgets to race and traverse the land. But now you may ask, how do you earn the money to get those gadgets?
Bro, I was not asking.
Oh, shut up. Let's just talk about the plot with this. The overall plot of this game is that you go around the 4 lands competing in races and doing some tasks for the NPCs in order to get the money. After you get the money, you upgrade your parts to enter more races and get the flags in order to race the Meister, so then and only then you can compete in the post-game Grand Prix.
I didn't really care, but that's cool, I guess.
That leads me on to my next thing, which is the towns/areas. This game has the adventure from the previous entry, but in a smaller package in order to take the best from the previous entries. You remember Road Trip Arcade Edition? Welp, It took the racing elements from that game, but it also had some adventure sprinkled in. The adventure in this game is sort of awful because it's just 4 areas to explore, and they aren't really as expansive as the predecessor was.
Hey, so welcome to this dank as hell map. We got the grass area, the desert area, the forest area, and the city. Yeah, that's it.
I kid you not. That's really it for this game. Yeah, you can go in houses and explore these areas, but there isn't much traversal as compared to the last one. Just starting off with each of the areas, the first one is called Grunge Garden, and this is the game's Peach Town. It's got a castle, a moat, and some garden area. It also has the first race you can do to get more flags in order to get to the other areas, but there really isn't anything special about this area, to be honest.
So, how did you come across this lovely town? Oh, I see. Hey, you don't have to call me those slurs. That's not very nice. All right, that's it, you son of a bit.
Oh yeah, there is this duck house that has quizzes or something, but who cares? The really cool thing in this area is mini games that sort of lets you try out all the gadgets to get a feel for them.
Who knew ducks could be such quackers, bro? Ugh.
The next area is Scratch Mountain, and boy this area sucks. This is just this valley, desert area that has a whole lot of nothing. Seriously, there's some guys that are hanging around, but this feels the emptiest out of all of them. There are also these bats that fly really close to you, and then there's this angel car that says you can't meet their god because you aren't worthy or some
Can I see Car Jesus?
Yeah, sure, pal. Boys, take his wallet. Up next is Echo Forest, which is just a big ass forest that only has one notable thing. This is the area where you meet the greatest NPC in the entire game.
Oh, great and wise one, grace me with your wisdom.
Deliver my frogs across the land. Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing else in this area matters because you can deliver the frogs, bro. I spent a good while delivering frogs, but I'll get into that in a moment. We have to talk about the last area, which is Noise City. Boy this city is sure noisy because the soundtrack in here is loud as hell. It doesn't help that some of the residents in the city are rude as hell. I think one might have said that they would smuggle drugs for you or something, I don't know.
Hey, Car, do you know where the Grand Prix is?
What?
I said, do you know where the Grand Prix is?
I only sell crack to other cars. Get the f*** out of here before I Twin Towers your ass.
No thanks. I'm not into cars like that.
And that's pretty much all these cities. Not really a lot compared to the last game, huh? Now let's talk about each of the races of these cities real quick as well. Remember how I mentioned a Road Trip Arcade Edition?
Do you ever shut up about this game? Sheesh. This one is the better game.
Well, the game had something special in terms of having 3 different versions of each course. A short, a medium, and a long version. Basically, all 10 of the main courses had these. Each of them had their own special little gimmick that makes you use one of the various gadgets in order to beat your opponents. Aside from the different types of wheels, the real gadgets to look out for were the boat/hovercraft gadgets, the submarine gadgets, the drag racing ass gadget, the propeller gadget, and a handful of others that I don't feel like talking about because they're lame.
Hey now, can you do the thing you did in the previous episode where you showed off all the courses in one big montage thing? Like you did in this one.
Yeah, I guess I can do that. I'll be showing off all the long versions of these tracks for this B-roll footage, but we'll start off with each of the main 10 courses one by one. First up is Lakeside Castle. You basically race around the castle grounds before making your way inside and then doing these various wacky ass water parts. The next one is Jungle Beat, which sounds like it is. Racing some Donkey Kong ass jungle. You don't deserve to Donkey Konga. Raiding Mansion is up next, and of course, this course is just complete ass. I don't know what else to say about it. The music is ass, the track layout is ass, and my ass is ass. I don't have anything good to say about this track because it sucks ass. You know which one doesn't suck ass? This cool ass Snow Palace mountain track thing. I think this one is cool temperature wise, but you also have the added benefit of slipping and sliding. Oh well, it's cool because it's time for an Asian miracle. Yep, that's the track name, look it up. I'm not being racist, I promise. The course has you racing on the Great Wall and then doing these sick ass boat tricks in the water section. It's not important as Hot Sand Ruin is your typical desert level until you go into the pyramid and do some racing in some ancient temple with some water or some crap. I don't f***ing know, bro. I do know that there is Sunset Volcano. This one is cool because it's a desert that gets hot because of volcano. Who cares? As, you know, the best course in the game, which is Disco King's Cave. This has a bopping AF soundtrack that really lets you party as you race. 10 out of 10 race, bro. Oh yeah, the other one is just Splash Highway. This is more or less a highway above and below water. I just gimmicked my way through this one because cheese. Last but not least is the Two-Tone Factory, but this one is just more like Two-Tone Hallway because you ain't seeing any of the factory. You're seeing these long ass hallways that are one tone of color. Lame. Am I right, ladies?
Yeah, that was a mouthful. But I didn't feel like doing a joke for each of these courses because the joke was trying to unlock these courses. Took way too goddamn long, that's for sure.
I should also mention that there are 2 unlockable stages. One is the finale course that you do when you get all the flags in order to race the Meester, who lives underwater for some reason, but hey, did anybody ask for knockoff Rainbow Road? No? Well, don't tell Nintendo about this course. The last course you unlock in this game is when you beat the Grand Prix or whatever, or at least maybe I don't really remember. This is the space course that sort of sucks if you use tires. That's why you have to do this long ass NPC mention to get these hover tires or something, but that'll be for the next chapter. The NPCs. Non-player cars.
So if you recall, I mentioned that part of this game is just doing tasks for people. Some of them involve finding their lost item to delivering goods to a different guy. It's more or less busy work, but you get rewarded with V-Bucks. Oh, yeah, I named the currency V-Bucks in this game because funny.
Bro, nobody is laughing about your stupid joke. Anyway, I'll be honest with you guys. I did not do a lot of quests in this game because I didn't really care to. Like, the only one that I really gave was this garden guy some fertilizer in the first area, while sort of talking with the locals about nonsense. I also just find it interesting when you go into people's houses. You'll never know what you will expect.
Honey, I'm home. I'm in the wrong house. Hey, I know I'm intruding, but I hope you guys are at least using lube.
Alright, I'll say it. What the f***? Anyway, one of the missions in the city is to get a band together, so you sort of have to search all the lands to find the specific cars who can play these specific instruments. Kind of have to fumble around all these lands to get these specific instruments for the band, to get this band together. I don't know, I'm talking gibberish. This is also where I sort of got sidetracked and ended up doing this weird ass fetch quest that had me delivering what looks to be crack in this not so good part of town, and Dad, please come pick me up, I'm scared.
You know, I can see why this game never came to North America now. You deliver frogs.
Well, yeah, that's the part of the game where I delivered frogs for a good 2 hours because I didn't know what else to do to make money. I kid you not, I just delivered frogs. My life is frogs now. I will atone for Dat Boy's death in the Frogger 2 episode and deliver frogs. This is my life's purpose. All hail the frog.
Dad, please come pick me up. I'm scared. Ah!
I also want to take a moment to mention this weird-ass, long-ass sob story about some old car lost his job at the factory because his boss is some sort of asshat and gets angry that you try to help out this guy in order for this guy to give you something that'll make the ass of a boss to be like, yo bro, I messed up. And then he gives you a handy or some bull. But who cares? You get these hover boots for some crackhead that's like, wandering the streets at night. So now you can race in this space race with hover boots. And that's the story of how this car moaned in the last ChoroQ episode.
What the hell are you on about? Maybe you're the one who took crack. Oh no, please don't moan.
The band is ready. Come check out the performance. You'll love it.
Oh yeah, remember how I told you that one mission was to form a band? Well, you get greeted with the greatest rock concert you'll ever see in a video game. If you ever wanted to know what a car rave would look like, well, here you go. Yeah, soak it in. This is the car dance party you never knew you wanted, but now you got it.
Thanks?
Oh yeah, one last thing before I forget. Remember that angel prick that said you couldn't pass the boulder until you were a good person or whatever? Well, I just exploited the game and did this backup move to no collide with the boulder, and then I talked to the god that was behind this big ass rock or something. This allowed me to get the extra gas tank so that, let me get further in the Grand Prix with the rocket boosters. So remember kids, you can cheat angels because technically they aren't death.
I honestly can't tell you much more about this game, and I'll just let the voiceover guy finish the episode off.
Well, this game was both cool, but also lame as hell. I did like the ability to jump finally, and get some cool gadgets while racing, but this game also felt like a severe step back from its predecessor. It nailed everything with the graphics department, but the lack of exploration made this feel like a more polished version of Road Trip Arcade Edition. And that's being nice. This is probably one of those games where I cannot recommend playing it unless you are a ChoroQ fan. Maybe it's good that this game never came to the US because it's both underwhelming and overstimulating at the same time. It feels like a step up and has the right formula to be a great adventure game, but it really lacks the adventure and just feels like a lame collectathon when it all boils down.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this lame episode of the Gaming Hour. Join us next time where we visit a sim theme park or something. I don't know. Hey, what's that smell? Oh.
And now you're back to this point. Has your memory been jogged?
Did I forget to include a joke or something?
No.
Did I forget to talk about a certain subject?
No.
Did I forget to lose weight?
For frog's sake, you goddamn clod! You didn't do the frog part of this game justice. All you had to do was make one more joke about the funny frog bit, and I would have been happy.
I mean, getting meta here, this technically counts as the frog bit, yeah?
I can't do this anymore. You truly are an idiot, aren't you?
Well, I did get my bachelor's degree in art, so I would say yeah.
Look, I'm just going to let you off the hook this time. I'll leave you with this goddamn candy.
Is that Werther's Originals? What the hell? I don't want some old lady candy. Well, oh, it's the green apple filled one. That's actually a good flavor.
Eat up, champ. You're gonna need it.
Wait a minute. That stupid frog never untied me.